welcome to another video. This is Ravi, and in today's video, I'll be talking about NMAT exam. So, as an MBA aspirant in India, there are multiple exams that one can take, starting with the most important and prestigious exam, which is the CAT, also known as Common Admission Test. This exam is conducted by the IIMs every year. Apart from CAT, there are multiple exams that one can also enroll, starting from NMAT, SNAP, TIS, IIFT, CET, and many others. In this video, I'll be talking about NMAT exam and how I prepared, what were my scores, and did I get into one of the most important colleges that one can get through this exam, which is the NMIMS Mumbai campus. So without much ado, let me begin this video. So guys, as you can see, I'm in the browser. Let me quickly refresh this page for you. So this is the NMAT registration page, and if one wants to enroll or get started with the NMAT exam, they need to register on this portal. As I've already given the exam, I've already registered myself. So let me quickly log in and show you. So this is the general dashboard that one sees as soon as they log into the website. As you can see, this is my account, welcome Ravi, it says. And okay, so when did I take this exam? So if you guys are aware of this exam, we have a longer time span or a larger window to take NMAT exam. Unlike other exams which have a fixed date and one needs to take that exam on that date, NMAT provides this flexibility wherein one can choose the dates that they want to take an exam. Also, and surprisingly, NMAT allows more than one attempt. As far as I know, one can take 3 attempts for NMAT exam. But there is a caveat. The best call or the best college that one can get through NMAT is the Narsi Monji Mumbai campus or NMIMS Mumbai. And that takes only the first attempt of every student. Let me show you my exam status. So right here at the bottom, you have the exam status. As you can see, on 16th September, I booked the slot for my exam, and the slot that I took was of 16th December. And 16th December, around 3 p.m. the exam started and it was over at 5:50, and we got the results instantly. This is another advantage of NMAT exam, that the results are available as soon as you hit submit on the exam button. You don't have to wait for 1 month or 2 weeks, 3 weeks for other like in the case of other examinations. So NMAT comes with several advantages, I must say. So this was the date that I took the exam, which was 16th December. Now let me quickly show you my scorecard. First I'll have to download it. So this is my scorecard. I'll be hiding the details over here because these are confidential details. But the important part over here to see is this section. This section outlines the different marks in the different sections that are in the NMAT exam. So if you guys don't know already, NMAT has 3 sections. The first one is quantitative, language, and logical reasoning. They are not in order. One can choose the order of their liking before the start of the examination. But each section is of 120 marks, so total 360 marks. As you can see, the total marks that I've got is 257. And talking about the respective scores, in quantitative I have got 77, in language it is 89, and in logical reasoning I have got 91. And over here at the left side you can see I took the exam on 16th December and the timing is 3 p.m. Obviously the place is Nagpur where I was at the time. Apart from that, you can also see retake exam 1 and retake exam 2. As I mentioned earlier, NMAT gives you 3 opportunities to give the exam, and best of the 3 score is finally you can take the best of the 3 scores. But separate colleges have separate rules regarding this. The main college, which is the NMIMS Mumbai, takes only the first attempt. So even if you take the other attempts and score significantly higher than what you had in the previous attempt, still NMIMS would consider only the first attempt. So clearly, I just took the first attempt and I got a total score of 257, and these are the respective scores. Unlike other examinations, NMAT follows a 2-step process. First, you have to register for NMAT, and for NMIMS, you have to apply separately. And The only thing to note over here is you cannot apply to NMIMS after getting your NMAT results. You have to apply it beforehand. So since I've already registered myself, let me quickly click on login and show you the details. Once you log in, you see the dashboard. Over here, right at the bottom portion, you see the registration form, VAT PI form, and several other options. These options are not present initially, but as and when you clear the different rounds and the different processes, these get added into it. So let me quickly show you the VAT PI call letter. Since after the results are declared and I've already applied for NMIMS, and if I meet the certain criteria, they give out the VAT PI call letters. This is the VAT PI call letter, and over here you can see they have written my scores, which was 257 overall and individual sectional marks, and this was the total marks that I could get. Apart from that, these are the colleges and the locations from where I was shortlisted. So right here at the bottom, we have another table which shows the sectional and the total cutoffs for the various programs offered at different NMIMS locations. And the most important one over here is the Mumbai core program. As you can see, this year the total cutoff was 232 and the individual sectional cutoffs were 71, 76 and 69. So what happened in my case was, as you can see, I have got 77 in quantitative skills. I was pretty much sure that I would be clearing the cutoff for logical reasoning and language skills, but I was not sure about quantitative skills because as per last year, the cutoff was somewhere around 74, 75. And I got 77. I was not sure that I would be able to clear the cutoff because you never know whether this year's paper is tough than last year, so that cutoff might go low, or if it's easier, then it might rise. So I was not sure about that, but when the final results came out and I saw that the quants cutoff was 69, so I was happy. And I was pretty much sure about the total marks because the total cutoff generally varies in the range of 240 to 45 or 43, and this year it went way down to 232. What I think was this year's the cutoff is quite less than what was last year and year before that. So the only reason someone can say is because the paper might be tough. We cannot say for sure because we do not have the question papers in hand, and since this exam is an adaptive exam, plus it has a longer window wherein multiple students can take multiple attempts as well. So the cutoff and due to normalization and standardization, the cutoffs vary each year. So since I have cleared all the cutoffs individually and the total, I was called for the VAT PI process at NMIMS Mumbai. One thing to note here is that from this year, NMIMS introduced something called as the Watson Glacier test. This test is similar to what happens in the language skills portion of NMAT, but wherein we are asked certain situational based questions, and nobody knows the exact right or wrong answers because we are not given the key afterwards, but it had significant weightage in the final composite score calculation. I don't remember the exact weightage, but if I get a picture somewhere, I'll attach in this video. So you're called for NMIMS process, the next step of the process, and the first step that they do is have the Watson Glacier test. And as I mentioned already, there are certain questions and there is a certain time limit. You have to, based on your situation and awareness, you answer those questions. After that, you are moved towards a separate computer lab wherein the written analytical test happens. It is more of a case study. You are given a problem statement and certain graphs and supporting data points are provided. And based on that, in around 500 words, you have to write about it. If there's a question, you have to answer that question. What we were given during our time was a case study on UPI payments. So there was certain graphs and charts given which denoted the different volumes of transactions happening over a period of time. And also there was a question that although the volume or the number of transactions are increasing, but the average amount per transaction is still not high. Insights can you gain from this data? So we had to write on it and put our valuable insights. So I wrote about 300 to 350 words, and you can see in the computer lab, everyone is dead focused and writing in the written ability test. And obviously, the crowd at NMIMS is way smart. Everyone is out there to do their best, perform their best. So once we were done with the written analytical test, we were then shifted to another room, wherein which was a waiting room, more of a classroom. We were shifted, and one by one, each student was called for the personal interview. So my turn came. I gave a personal interview. There were two panelists. One was a professor from the NMIMS college, and another was an industry person. So in my case, the industry person was a male, and the professor was a female, and both of them asked questions regarding my background, my previous work experiences, what were extracurricular activities I have done, and why MBA. Obviously, the general hygienic questions, why MBA, my introduction, and stuff like that. Pretty much, I felt like my interview was good. I did not stumble upon any questions which I was not able to answer correctly or did not know the answer at all. So based on that, I felt like my interview was good, and if I am able to score decent enough in VAT and Watson Glacier, I would get the call. This was what my thought process was at that time. And if I quickly show you on the dashboard again, after like around 7 to 10 days when the results were declared, and you can see I got this pop-up over here, which was the offer letter. So there were two options which I got. One was for the MBA HR and the MBA core program. And obviously, as stated, I wanted to do MBA in the core sector, so I'd chosen the core program. And now, if I click on the offer letter, I'll quickly show you what the offer letter has. So this was the offer letter. Over here, you can see the admission offer letter for Mumbai MBA branch, and this was my student name and number, and this was the merit number. This merit number does not mean anything. Main important thing over here was selected or waitlisted. So in my case, I was selected and I was asked to pay a fees of 11,95,000, and this was required to be paid before 21st February. So what happens is NMAT gives out its results way earlier, and it also asks you to pay the fees beforehand. So yeah, this was one thing that I just wanted to point you guys out. The total fee structure was somewhere around 20, so 12 times 2 is 24 lakhs, and hostel accommodation charges were extra. So this is what I wanted to show and tell you guys in this video, that I cracked the NMAT exam and I gave the interviews of NMIMS, and I was finally offered the MBA program from NMIMS Mumbai campus. So now the important question: did I join NMIMS Mumbai? And the answer to that question is no, I did not join NMIMS Mumbai. Reasons were my personal reasons, and I felt I weighed my options. What other colleges can I get? And based on my past experiences and my future aspirations, I decided that I can let go of NMIMS for other good colleges. So this is in short my NMAT journey. If you guys have any questions, feel free to write in the bottom, and I'll try to answer all the questions that you guys have. Apart from that, I would also like to tell you that I have created a TopMate link, wherein you guys can connect with me on a personal one-to-one session, and I can guide you personally about the NMAT strategies that I took, and about the VAT PI and personal interview experiences and the questions that were asked to me in detail. Since those are confidential questions and we are not allowed to publicly speak about it, so I would say that if you guys want to know more about that, you can definitely join this link and reach out to me, and we can have sessions. Thank you for watching this video, and stay tuned for more upcoming MBA videos and the journey that I want to share with you guys. Have a good day.